Hi guys, I'm Sean. Namaste. Gus is in our hearts, and this is Internet Rabbit Hole Daily. And today we are going to do something that we've never ever done before. That's right, we're going to have a guest host on, Ritesh Shukla from India's largest paper, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this wrong, but Danak Bhaskar? Did I get that right? Danak Bhaskar? Okay, so I got it pretty close here. Ritesh is a good friend of the channel, a good friend of mine, and just last year he wrote an article on Ganesh, and so I thought, hey, this is the perfect guy to bring on. He knows all about India, all about Indian history, and so this is going to be a great way for us to do some making up for, because we, we reacted to this Birth of Ganesha video, and we thought we were getting all the facts straight, and it turned out that we got a whole bunch of stuff wrong. In fact, the video itself got a whole bunch of stuff wrong, so much so that if you take a look at the comments of our original video, a lot of those comments are saying, hey guys, this is wrong and that's wrong, and basically the whole thing's wrong. They were very happy that we were looking into the story of Ganesh, but definitely got our facts straight, and so this is where you come in, Ritesh. I thought if of course you've got the time, we'll watch this together, and you'll help to steer us in the right direction.
Let's go for it.
Excellent. And there is a festival right now, I believe, that's going on to do with, now it says here Ganesha, but then I'm hearing Ganesh is maybe the right way to say it. Maybe you can start there. Are they getting the word wrong here, or what's up with that?
No, basically in English you put letter A at the last, so the pronunciation becomes Ganesha for Western folks, but in India the actual pronunciation is Ganesh. So it's like if you are spelling it like Gandesh, and if you club that N and D together, so it becomes Ganesh.
Okay, yeah, and you know what? That was one of the big comments we got, was the pronunciation issues, and so you've set me straight. So it's Ganesh, and I'm going to refer to Ganesh as Ganesh moving forward. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one.
Sure, let's go.
One evening, Parvati, the wife of Shiva, instructed a Gana to stand guard outside her palace. She told the Gana to prevent anyone from entering, as she would be bathing. However, when Shiva arrived, the Gana did not stop him, much to Parvati's annoyance. Parvati was well aware that all Ganas were loyal to Lord Shiva, and she would have to create a Gana of her own. Using the saffron paste from her own body, she did just this.
There is a background story to it. Basically, Parvati had two friends, Jaya and Vijaya. So they were the ones who planted this idea for the first time in Parvati's mind, that all the Gana, the word is Gana.
Gana.
So, yeah, with a R, they are like attendants, who can guard you, who can do work for Shiva. So these two friends planted this idea in Parvati's mind, stating that all the Gana, they are Shiva's Gana. So they will only obey to Shiva, but there is none for you. So she did not take it very seriously, but at one point of time she was going to take a bath, and she asked Nandi. Nandi is one of the Gana's important ones, very important ones, and also the transport of Shiva, the ox. So that is why you would see that when in this particular story the word Gana appears, there is an ox-like figure out there. So she asked Nandi to guard the door while she is taking bath. But Shiva comes and Nandi tries to stop him, but
Oh, okay.
he doesn't stop and he enters. That's when Parvati decides that she needs to have a Gana for herself. And that's when she was going to take a bath another time. Before you take a bath here in India, you apply a mixture of ointments, which would have some herbs and some good ointments, perfumes, and so on and so forth. And you rub it on your body.
Okay.
And so when you rub it, the dirt that comes out, you know, um, she used that to give a form to a child
Ah.
and gave him a stick and told him that no matter what, till the time I'm taking a bath, no one should be allowed to enter.
Ah. Yeah, she. Hmm.
That was Ganesh. And
Oh.
uh, yeah, that was Ganesh. And Shiva's another Ganas came. He did not allow them. Then Shiva got furious. So all the gods, including Brahma and Vishnu, they came and they also picked up a fight with Ganesh. They also couldn't defeat him.
Ah. And what was sorry, what did you call these? Because they're not sort of avatars, but they're maybe serving, different gods or serving different avatars. I'm still a little confused on that because we had sort of this guard initially. He let Shiva through, but then she kind of created her own guard. And what are those called again?
So, I mean, it's Gana, you know. So, um, when she created her own Gana, he became the Ganesh, which means the first among all the gods.
Oh.
So that's what Ganesh is.
Ah, I
You
didn't know
know,
what it meant until
the,
now.
yeah. So basically, it is a combination of two words, Gan, which means uh, good people or attendants or capable of powerful people capable of all sorts of things. And Ish is the primary one, the king. So the king of Ganas becomes Ganapati or
Ah.
Ganesh. So that's how uh, that dirt, which turned out in the form of a child with a stick, became the only Gana for Parvati against all the Gana and gods of Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma.
It was that powerful that
Yeah,
even the
it
gods
was.
couldn't mess with this. And I'm still struggling with the word here, but sort of that servant that she had created with the stick. Yeah. Gosh, and I
Yeah.
think they may have gotten the folks that made this video might have gotten it wrong in terms of the material that she made.
No, I don't think they got it wrong.
Okay,
It's just that they might have skipped it
gotcha.
in order to save time.
Yeah. Okay.
Because this is Amar Chitra Katha. So it is like it was an organization to publish Indian ancient stories into picture format for kids.
Gotcha. So maybe they
So
condensed it, and folks aren't so
yeah,
happy
they
with the things they
condensed
had to
it.
take out. Yeah.
Exactly. So they might not have thought important to tell the kids that Parvati had two friends and that they had put this idea into her and so on and so forth. So they were happy with this whole stuff that um, Nandi couldn't stop Shiva
Mhm.
and Nandi was Shiva's Gana. And therefore Parvati said, I need my own Gana.
Yeah.
And so she built one out of her own uh, rubbings before
Yeah.
um, going to take a bath. And that's who became Ganapati or Ganesh. And so he had to fight with all those gods, and he defeated almost all of them.
Wow.
And finally, Shiva and Vishnu, both of them attempted to tackle this guy, this child. And so, by using deceit, Vishnu diverted this child's attention. And so, when he was attending to Vishnu, Shiva used his trident, and that's how his head fell off. And by that time, Parvati came out and she found that, oh my God, my child is headless.
Jeez.
And that's when she.
I was thinking there, I wonder if we want to check out the video, because I think it's going to cover some of this stuff. And then when we get to that part that you just mentioned, maybe we pause again and finish the story there.
Sure.
Yeah. This is great. See, I'm getting all the information here, guys. All right.
Using the saffron paste from her own body, she did just this. The boy was so endearing that Parvati made him her very own son. Parvati dressed her son and gave him a staff. Much like with the first Gana, she instructed her boy to stand guard outside her palace and not allow anyone.
And this Gana is actually going to listen to her, unlike the last one. And I think you said they're pronouncing it wrong in the video. Gana? How do you say it again? Gana. Okay. So and
it's all right. Yeah.
And no doubt she wanted to create her own. She was tired of having a bath and having people walk in on her.
Yes.
So yeah, it had to be done.
Inside without her permission. Later that day, when Shiva tried to enter the palace, the boy refused. He struck him with his staff, leaving Lord Shiva furious and boiling with rage.
And he must have been
This
shocked.
did not deter the youth, who simply raised his staff and struck Shiva again. Shiva turned to his Ganas and ordered them to get rid of the boy. The son of Parvati would not be scared off.
Very
He turned
brave.
to the Ganas and yelled, "I am the son of Parvati. You are the Ganas of Shiva. You must carry out his orders and I hers. Shiva will not enter without my mother's permission."
Standing
The
strong.
Ganas conveyed the boy's message to Shiva, who ordered them to return and defeat the boy. They did not succeed. The boy grabbed his iron club and whirled it about, breaking the hands, legs, and heads of many Ganas. The few that were still standing fled as fast as their feet could take.
We call this a one-man army here. Geez, it just defeated all of these, and these are strong individuals. These are fighters. Yet with the staff, he was able to scare all of them away, and ended up, sort of damaging a few in the process. From the sounds of it, gosh.
Them. This uproar grabbed the attention of Brahma, Vishnu, and Indra. They visited Lord Shiva and offered him their services. Shiva was still enraged that a child was standing between him and his wife.
And they'd never really seen anything like this happen, where, because you were saying she was kind of the first to do something like this, where she made her own sort of Gana?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And I would
Exactly.
think,
I mean, earlier, it was generally it is Shiva who has his Gana, and other gods to have their attendants. But see, the whole concept was that in the Indian system of pantheon of gods, the male is the physical part of the consciousness, but the female is the strength of that physicality. So that is the reason why even in grammar, in Sanskrit and Indian languages, strength is a feminine word. So when you see all the female goddesses, all of them are basically nothing but the strength of their male counterparts.
Ah. So for each female sort of goddess, there's kind of a male god counterpart.
For each male, there is a female counterpart.
Ah, okay. See, I didn't know that, right? I appreciate you. Or I'd heard it in a video before, but it sort of didn't quite land with me in the way it is now.
So, yeah, it's like man and his strength. Now, when you distinguish between the man and the strength, and distinguish it in such a way that man becomes the male part and his strength becomes the female part, and both of them are embodied into one.
Mhm.
So that is the reason why, if the female herself is the strength, why would she need a gunner? Because she has all the prowess. But here in this case, uh, you might feel like having something even if you don't need it. So uh, Parvati might have thought that even I would like to have a gunner, the one that I can have faith on, I can trust, and the one who would uh, allow no one if I have instructed so.
So the goddesses have the strength, but if you're taking a bath, you're not going to be able to, guard yourself. And so perhaps there was
If
a
she,
practical reason for it.
no, if she wanted to, she could have. But the
Oh.
only thing is that she would, what if she wanted to have a son of her own choice?
Mm,
So she would make one.
gotcha.
So um, that could have been the reason. Because see, we can't enter into the minds of the gods. These
Of
are the
course.
mythological stories. So where am I taking it as a source? There is a whole book, scripture called Ganesh Purana. So Puran is basically ancient story.
Mm,
And Ganesh Puran becomes ancient stories about Ganesha.
mm-hmm.
It's this thick.
Yeah, jeez. So no wonder they had to take out a
So
few things to make a 9-minute video, right? Yeah,
exactly. So you can't compress everything out there in 9 minutes.
absolutely.
Um, so again, the birth of Ganesha has its own variations in the same book.
Okay. Oh, interesting. We.
Yeah, so one
Mhm.
is that Parvati wanted to have her Gana. The second one is Shani, the Saturn as a planet. He was meditating, and his wife wanted his attention, but because of his meditation, he couldn't give her any attention.
Mhm.
So she, um, uh, what do you call? Um, the word which is opposite of boon, cursed. So she
Ah,
cursed him
yeah.
that whoever you look will be destroyed.
Hmm.
And that's when Parvati had given birth to a very beautiful child. And so Shani thought that, oh, Parvati is the strength supreme. And so her child would also be very strong. What if my wife's curse won't work if I have a look at that child? So he comes to Shiva first, asks his permission to have a look at the child, but he didn't have enough courage to look at the child directly. So he
Mm.
just saw it from the corner of his eyes, and by just that, the head of the child fell off. And
Ah.
Vishnu had to run to the north side, and there he found uh, a elephant baby and took out
Ah.
his head
It's-
and put
This
it
is
on this
so. This
child.
is a very different sort of interpretation
Is-
of things. Ah,
No,
interesting.
this is not an interpretation. This is actually one another story available in the same book,
Okay.
in which the first story is that Parvati had a gunner and he fought with everyone. And so Shiva took off his head using his trident. That
Yes,
is first one.
that's what I heard, but I hadn't heard this other story.
Yeah, and the second one is this, that Ganesh was born, it was a child like a day old.
Ah,
And so all the gods and all the planets and everybody was eager to have a darshana, have a look at the child. Even Shani wanted to have a look. But the problem with Shani was that he was cursed by his own wife.
yeah,
That
yeah,
whoever you see
yeah.
will get destroyed. They say in Hindi, khand, khand, you will
Mm.
be broken into pieces.
Gosh, and and even though it was just out of the corner of the eye, it was the curse
Just
held
by the
true,
corner of the
and
eye.
gosh, wow. So
You know, so
it's great to hear these different stories from that book, because these are things that I would have never known had we not had someone like you on to share the what's actually in there. So I like that a whole lot.
no,
Gosh,
I think because of you, a lot of people may get inclination to go through this Ganesh Puran, though it is a very thick book, but
mhm.
amazing stories are there.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. And I suspect a lot of sort of more lessons around morality and how to live a good life, and some of these sorts of things.
Almost all. I mean, Ganesh Puran basically is how demons even attack the gods, the best of the people, the strongest of the people, and demons can still attack you, you know. So they would do a lot of penance, they would do a lot of tapasya, and then they will get boons from the same gods, and then they will use that power to dethrone other gods. So this
Mm.
kind of back and forth fight is going on. And so who will be able to help you? So ultimately it is going to be Ganesh who will be helping you, because it is only Ganesh who is aware of everything
Mm.
in this cosmos. He
Okay.
has been eternal, you know.
Ah, all
So
knowing.
even Brahma, yeah, all knowing, knows everything, has solution to all the problem. That is the reason why he is also known as Vignaharta, remover of the obstacles.
Oh, okay. Gosh, I'm getting a lot more insight here from this conversation with you, and
Yeah.
it's some demons in sort of the Hindu understanding of demons. That's something that I'm getting more familiarized with. I watched the trailers to Mahavatar Narsimha, and it has a demon king in that. Now I don't think we have time to get into that today, but it's definitely something that as we continue to
Yeah,
discuss,
sure.
I'd love to get into that a little bit more. Yeah.
Sure. Let's go.
He sent Brahma to fetch the boy. Brahma, accompanied by his sages and dressed like a Brahmin, made his way to Parvati's palace.
So they're in
However,
disguise.
As soon as he spotted Brahma, the child jumped forward and attacked. Brahma was taken aback. He pleaded, "I have not come here to fight. I have come to make peace. Listen to me." The child merely lifted his club menacingly as a reply. The news incensed Shiva, and he summoned his son Kartikeya. Kartikeya and Indra were given the simple task: destroy the child.
Mm.
The Devas, led by Indra, and the Ganas, led by Kartikeya, surrounded the boy on all sides.
Oh wow! And we're not just talking here about he sent a couple of guys to. This looks like basically an entire army of people against this one young man, Ganesh. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we should take it with a pinch of salt. When I'm referring to that book, there's no such thing like that. You know,
Mm.
and this boy is also not impatient. It's not that he's leaping forward to pick up a fight. No,
Mm.
he is in fact, he's only reacting.
That
Those.
yeah. I got the sense that Ganesh is very righteous and very moral in the way that he deals with things. To not be someone who
So
provokes, but more someone who responds when someone's provoking him.
yeah, so basically what is happening here is there is a stalemate.
Mm.
So if you look at it from the Shiva's side, all his ganas have this moral problem for them, is that if Lord Shiva has instructed them to do something, how can they not do it?
Mm-hmm.
And since they are Lord Shiva's gana,
Mm-hmm.
they can't be defeated
Mm.
because Shiva is almighty.
Yeah.
Now, so that is their perspective. And Ganesh or Ganapati's perspective is that if my mother has told me to do something, how is it that I won't do it?
Mm-hmm.
I will do it whatever comes in the way. So that's a kind of a stalemate from moral perspective, and either of the side can't take take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
So the only option that is left in front of each of them is to have a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were gracious when they were fighting. It's not that it's not like um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Ganpati
Yeah.
is jumping onto.
It seems like there's maybe been some artistic license taken here. Maybe things have been
Yeah,
sort of
I mean,
amped up
this
a little
for
bit.
small,
Yeah.
very small kids. But in reality, this whole struggle was this two conflicting right moral standpoints. None of these moral standpoints were wrong in their
Mm.
own respects.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
They were sort of
so
both bound to their own contract to sort of protect, and things are sort of coming to a head. And okay.
not a contract, their
Okay.
moral affinity, their moral faith.
Ah, yeah.
So the relationship between uh, um, God and Gana
Mm-hmm.
is not actually that of a man and servant.
Okay. Okay.
It's more like of uh, a friendly, very respectful affinity. It's like camaraderie.
Yeah.
It's not that Shiva would mistreat anyone of his
Yeah.
Gana. They are like his generals. They are like his soldiers.
Yes. Yes. And they're choosing to stand by his side and choosing to, move forward. Depending on what he'd like them to do. So, okay.
Yeah, of their choice.
Yeah. Okay. So these are big points of distinction. Based on this condensed video, I wouldn't have had this level of understanding. And obviously I didn't the first time we reacted to it, because boy, did you guys let us know in the comments that we got a few things wrong there. So, okay. Wow.
But the boy
Yeah,
would
let's
still
continue.
not stand down. He took on the entire army valiantly and single-handedly. The news of this attack made its way to Parvati, who was now furious by the harassment her son was facing. Then and there, she created two Shaktis, Kali and Durga.
Oh, I've heard of Kali.
Kali
And probably Durga
stood
too, because
between the
Durga
boy and the enemy.
Puja.
She opened her mouth wide and swallowed all their weapons,
Jeez.
and immediately hurled it right back at them. It didn't end there for the army. Durga took the form of lightning and destroyed the enemy's weapons before they could even reach the boy. The Shaktis made sure no weapon came near the boy and his swinging club. The
Wow.
armies were completely routed. Even Kartikeya, the slayer of the invincible Taraksura, was helpless. They returned to Shiva, utterly defeated. Upon their arrival, Indra addressed Shiva, "Oh Lord, we have seen and heard of so many battles, but we have never seen or heard
Yeah.
of such a warrior."
This would be new territory.
Their praise only succeeded in further infuriating Shiva. and he decided to take matters into his own hands.
I was wondering. I'd sort of forgotten some of the details here because up until now he sent his son and he sent some other folks, but it sounds like, as they said, he's taken matters into his own hands here.
The boy was unperturbed by the sight of Shiva and his army. He attacked the chief
So there is a
gods and
contradiction
one
here.
by
Okay.
So in the initial part of the story, it said that Shiva came and Ganesh hit him with his staff. That never happened. If that had happened, Shiva would have taken care of the matter at the same time. So it's not possible that he would get hit first, then go sit in his cave, and then request his Gana and all the gods to go and fight him, and Kartikeya to. I mean, in Ganesh Puran, there is no mention of Kartik at all.
Wow. So there's some major liberties being taken here, to say the least.
Yeah, and yeah, so I mean, you're always free to pick and choose from different Puran and mix them together. There's no problem with that. You can have your own story by picking something from here, something from there, and bring them together.
Gosh.
And so the reference of Kali, Durga, it's not coming in Ganesh Purana at all.
Gosh, and so I'd be curious to know, when that did become more of an addition to things, whether that's something that uniquely appears in this video or it's maybe appearing in other books or other, and maybe that's a discussion for another time. Yeah.
No, Amar Chitra Katha's its mission was not to state as a fact what happened.
Okay.
Its mission was to introduce the kids to important names like Shiva, Parvati, Ganesh, Kartikeya, Indra, Brahma, Vishnu, and so on and so forth. And so they are at a liberty to, weave their own stories.
Gotcha.
Also, it is possible they could have taken from other Purana as well. I mean, a couple of Puran that I have read, there are no such stories like this. But then you have very many Puran,
Yeah.
So
it's not something you've come across, but that doesn't mean to say that it's not in one of those, you call it Puran.
Puran. Puran.
Okay. Yes, there's so many new things that I'm learning of here today, and some of it has to be sort of shelved for our next discussion, or we'll never finish, our I guess reaction here. So, gosh, very
ahead.
cool. Thank you.
by one, they all fell. Shiva watched the fight in amazement. The boy is invincible. He can only be killed by cunning. I must wait
by cunning.
for the
Yes.
right opportunity. The very same thing
By deceit.
occurred
Yes.
to Vishnu, who offered to use his powers of illusion to fight the boy. Kali and Durga, the boy's protectors, conferred all their strengths towards the boy. So eventually, Vishnu's Maya was ineffectual. Now, accompanied by the added strength, the boy flung his club towards Vishnu. Vishnu had to use all his energy to avoid it. Shiva, at that very moment, charged forward with his trident, but the boy immediately knocked it away. Shiva took his bow, and that too was broken by the boy's club.
Jeez.
Just then, Vishnu returned and the boy lifted his club, ready to strike again. This time though, the club was cut into two by Vishnu's chakra. Not one to be stopped, the boy flung the remaining piece towards Vishnu.
Resourceful.
Garuda, Vishnu's mount, caught the piece in his beak. As the boy picked up his staff, ready to attack Vishnu, Shiva snuck up from behind him. Flinging his trident forward, he cut off the boy's head. For a
Snuck
moment,
up from behind.
there was silence. Everyone fix their gaze on the valiant hero. And then the Devas and Ganas became jubilant. But Shiva was troubled.
They thought that he was defeated, but Shiva seems to be
should I face
thinking
Parvati?
something else.
He was created by her,
Yeah.
and that made him my son too. Shiva's troubles were not misplaced. Parvati was furious when she learned of her son's death. In her fury, she created hundreds and thousands of Shaktis.
Wow.
And to them, she left one simple command: destroy them all.
I was wondering
The
if that's
Shaktis
what was
started
going to
carrying
be.
out Parvati's command, much to Vishnu and Brahma's horror. They knew only one person could stop this. They met with Parvati and begged, "Oh great goddess, please, please have mercy on us." Parvati agreed to stop the Shaktis, but only if her demands were met. The duo took her demands to Shiva, who had no choice but to agree to them. He ordered them to bring the head of the first creature that crossed them, to fit it on the boy's head and bring him back to life.
Yes. And then this much I did remember, because I have seen this before, guys, but it has been a long time, so I am forgetting all of the finer, details. But I suspect, obviously an elephant is going to be the next creature that comes along, and
Yeah.
I suspect we're going to find that out real soon here.
The first creature to cross them was a single-tusked elephant.
And I remember
and
the
its
single
head was
tusk.
soon attached to the boy's body. The boy was then brought back to life. But Parvati was far from pleased. The boy's status was still a mystery. That's when Shiva bowed in front of her and said, "This valiant youth shall be another son of mine." Placing his hand on the boy's head, Shiva announced, "You shall be Ganesha, chief of all Ganas. You shall also be called Vigneshwara, the remover."
You'd mentioned that earlier, the remover of obstacles. Excellent,
Yeah.
yes.
of obstacles. You shall be worthy of worship forever. Shiva and Parvati began once again to live happily in Mount Kailash, delighted this time by the presence of not one but two sons. Till today, before any new ventures undertaken.
Two sons. Maybe I'm getting confused here. I thought she just had sort of the one son that Ganesh. Am I mixing things up? There's two sons from what they were mentioning there.
Yeah, Kartikeya is the eldest one,
Okay.
and Ganesh is the second son.
Oh, you know what? I didn't pick up on that. I thought for some reason that she had no son when Ganesh was sort of formed, but she had another son, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Navratra would come very soon, so we can have a story on, because see, these stories, they have too many layers.
Oh, yeah, it's like an
So-
onion. You keep peeling it away to discover new things.
Yeah, so Parvati is not the first wife of Shiva.
Mm.
Parvati is the second wife.
Gotcha.
The first wife was Uma, or the Sati, but all of them were the same consciousness.
Mm.
So Uma and Parvati are one and the same.
That's something that's sometimes hard for our Western brains to sort of wrap around, because it's a little different to sort of my mind. But that's what I've heard from people, is that all of the various avatars and gods are kind of all root to one consciousness. Is that maybe a way of putting it, or?
Yeah, so basically, Sean, the difference is in the primary philosophy of thought, and that primary thought process is transmigration. That is a term which means that, which is not accepted in the Western school of thought, but it is very deeply rooted here in ancient Indian school of thought.
Mhm.
That process of transmigration is that the consciousness, the body will take a birth, will grow, and will decay and die. But that consciousness will never die.
Mm. Yeah.
And so the consciousness will move from time to time. It cannot be given birth to, and it cannot be killed.
Yeah.
So yeah, so and there is an allegory which is like, so it's like a candle, so you light one candle and there is a light on the top of the candle.
Hmm.
You pick up another candle and you light it from the lit candle.
Yes. Yes.
Now what would you say? The two flames on the two candles, are they one or are they different?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you light hundreds and thousands of candles from the same one candle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So would you say all those different flames, so all those flames are coming from the one main primary
Mm.
flame? So is
Yeah.
that primary flame getting shortened because so many candles
Ah.
are getting?
Yeah, now you're really messing with my brain here because I'm thinking about it, and it's like because when you light the other candle, it's not like you're diminishing the first candle, and now the flame
Yeah,
is smaller because it gave up some of its flame to the other candle.
exactly.
They're both equal in many ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just imagine, in Indian school of thought, consciousness is like that flame. That flame may move from one candle to the another,
Mm.
but nonetheless, the flame will remain the flame.
Absolutely. Well, that's a great way of putting it. A way of putting it that even this guy can understand. So, I appreciate that a whole lot. Gosh.
Taken, we seek the blessings of Ganesha, the remover of all obstacles. This video was adapted from an Amar Chitra Katha comic. If you liked it, then click on the button above to
So there's
buy
a
this
comic
or
that
any
exists
other
of
book
this.
from Amar Chitra Katha.
So this video maker adapted this whole story from Amar Chitra Katha. So we don't know if Amar Chitra Katha actually had the same kind of sequence as it has been mentioned here.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I mean, see, the whole pantheon of literature is like Veda is the sacred, and then the second part is Itihasa, where you have Ramayana and Mahabharata,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is almost like Veda, and then you have Puran, you
Mm.
know, uh, Puran and Up Puran. So they are like 36 in number. So I
Wow.
have not been able to read all the 36 of them.
Yes. Yes.
I've just been able to read just a couple of them, the primary ones. And as far as my small little crawling into these couple of Puranas go, it's not as dramatic as has been portrayed in
Portrayed.
this
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
but it is possible that the maker of this video might have read more Puran than me. So it is possible that he could have mixed from a couple of different, but Shiv Puran is where Shiv and Parvati and his whole affair is being discussed. I have read that. There's no mention of such a story in there.
Mm.
Ganesh Puran is primary, where I couldn't see any mention like this. But nevertheless, yeah. Why Ganesh was born, I mean, at least I know of two stories, which as I
Yeah. You
suggested to
mentioned
you.
earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, and why elephant's head is on there, um, there is a symbolism to that. And uh, so the symbolism is, in Ganesh, you have a head like an elephant, and then you have a transport of a rat or a mouse.
Yeah. You were telling me about that the other day. But we were gonna
Yeah,
get back to it, and now we're getting back to it. So I'm very curious to hear more about this.
yeah. So uh, heavy head of an elephant, it uh, basically means that you should be heavy with wisdom.
Mm.
So you should have a big head.
Yes, yes.
to carry wisdom along with you.
Yeah.
But what you should be riding is your desires,
Hmm.
which should be as small as possible so that you can control it.
Ah.
You know, so just imagine or reverse the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Your wisdom is as small as a mouse, and your desire is as big or mammoth as the head of an elephant.
Yes, yes.
Just so imagine what kind of a life would you lead.
I think there's a lot of people, of course not me, out there that might even be living that way. People are running into a lot of challenges when they give into their desires and then end up in a spot in life that they don't want to be in.
Yeah. So, but also important part is that you shouldn't be bereft of desire. It has to be there.
Yes, yes. That's an important distinction
You
to
know,
make. Yeah.
yeah, even for the wisest person ever, which is Ganesh, a mouse is a given, which means even Ganesh can have desire. So only difference is have all the desires that you want to have, but be in control.
Mm. And I think that's an incredible lesson to wrap things up on. It's
Exactly. I mean, your consciousness, your head, your wisdom has to be bigger than your desire. It's you who has
mhm.
to control your desire
Yeah.
and not otherwise.
Not
It
the other
should
way
not
around.
be
Yeah.
that your desire should not be controlling you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gosh. Well, that's
And
yeah. Sorry. Please go ahead.
yeah, so I mean, last point from my side is the way Parvati used dirt to give a form to Ganesh.
Mm-hmm.
This whole process is we take clay out of earth, give form to Ganesh,
Mm-hmm.
worship it for 10 days, starting on fourth day of Bhadra or
Mm.
Bhadrapad month.
Yeah.
Why fourth day?
Yeah.
So Chaturthi. Chaturthi means fourth. Because after no moon day, the first 3 days you can't sight the moon at all.
Hmm.
It is only on the fourth day since no moon day that you would be able to see a crescent or a slight glimmer of an arc of a moon in the sky. And that's when you pick up mud and clay and form an inspiration, give shape to your inspiration in the form of God, which is Ganesh, and you expect to get wisdom by trying to find your inspiration, and it goes on for 10 days. Why?
Ah.
Because the 14th day, Ananta Chaturdashi is fourth day after 10th day of the no moon day. That's when it is like full moon.
Mm.
The moon is in its pristine beauty.
Mm.
It's at its pristine strength. And that's the day when you should ideally have uh, met your inspiration.
Yes. Yes.
And that's when you thank Ganpati, and then you put it back from where you took it. And that is why you immerse that idol back into a water source.
All of this is really starting to click for me now, right? Especially as a foreign reactor, you have so many different things coming at you at once. And like you mentioned, it really is like an onion where you just keep peeling those layers and discovering
Yeah.
new things. And so I think that is something that was also mentioned in the comments, that we were getting that aspect of things incorrect. So I'm glad you've provided some clarity here. And the way things are done these days are people, they take sort of some dirt and some mud and some earth, and they form it into kind of a Ganesh form.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The primary symbolism is that if you're born a conscious human being, if you want, you can have the power to give form to your own God.
Mm.
So you don't have to wait for God to come to you,
Yeah.
or you don't need to find a way to go to God. Make your God,
Jeez.
whatever
Gosh.
shape you want.
Ah. Oh, that's interesting. And I know that there's a whole lot more around some of those activities that take place during those 10 days. And I believe we even reacted to another video on that. So we might just have to, get into that one a little bit more next time. But gosh, we certainly got into a whole lot today, and I'm certainly understanding this a whole lot better than without having an expert here by my side to fill in the blanks. So, I want to just thank you from the bottom of my heart, Ritesh, for giving some of your time so generously to me and to the IRH family today, who I know is also going to appreciate it very much. And I'm very much looking forward to having you back on again.
Oh, thank you very much. But expert is too heavy a word.
Okay.
I would love to remain a student. It's such a vast
Yes.
subject area. Being student is good enough.
Yes, absolutely. And actually, that's how you had described yourself to me previously. Of course, here in the West, we like to throw around words like expert and stuff like that. But you're absolutely right. Being a student is really in many ways all you can hope for, because it seems like there's just so much literature out there. There's so much to know that even if one spent their entire life, they still wouldn't have a chance to get to everything. So in certain ways, it is this sort of spiritual embodied understanding of things. And gosh, wow. Well, thank you so much, Ritesh. We appreciate you a whole lot. Looking forward to doing this again. And if you guys are looking forward to us doing this again, then make sure to click all the buttons, do all the things. We appreciate you a whole lot. We love you a whole lot. This is Internet Rebel Daily RH signing off. Bye, guys.